This B-25 was based right here in Columbia at Columbia Army Air Base, which is now Columbia Metropolitan Airport. And it was used extensively in training during the war years. This plane was also flying up at Greenville Army Air Base, which is now Donaldson Center. And on the day that, D-Day in 1944, when it did go into Lake Greenwood, it was in between Columbia, on a flight in between Columbia and Greenville. We got the story firsthand from one of the guys, Dan Rossman, who lives in Roswell, Georgia. He's about 91 years old. He comes down for some of our events sometimes. And him and two other cadets and an instructor were in the plane, and they were out on like I said, on D-Day, actually doing a bunch of multi-engine work. Somebody had the idea of, like, let's go down and fly low over Lake Greenwood. And the instructor took the controls and wanted to see how close they could get to the water. Well, he got too close. The propellers hit the water surface. Well, whenever that happens, it's real bad. And so they deformed and they became, they'll start vibrating. And so the book says that you immediately kill the power and you ditch, which is what you call a water landing. And so they did. They killed the power, the plane slowed, and they settled into the water. The plane sank to the bottom of Lake Greenwood. A lot of folks came together to get this thing out, and actually they searched for it for a long time before they found it. And they actually, the way they found it was, there was a elderly lady standing on a dock watching them one day, and they came up to her, and she found out what was going on, and she said, "Guys, I was a little girl when the plane crashed." She goes, "It's right there." And so they went over, and sure enough, there was a plane. Our organization got the plane about 3 years trying to rescue it from going out of state, and started with the idea of starting the foundation to get a aviation museum here in South Carolina. Now what's going on is we have this hangar here. We were able to bring it in this hangar where it's dry, and so the plane was just stayed full of water. And 39 years on the bottom of the lake, we thought it had too much water, so went ahead and brought it in this hangar where we have a workshop, we have volunteers, and an effort to restore it to pristine static condition. A lot's been done so far, but it's amazing the shape the plane has stayed in underwater that long.